Today our math standard is to determine the unknown whole number in an addition or subtraction relating three whole numbers. So I can either use this to introduce my lesson, or for like RTI for students who just aren't understanding the concept as good. So I have these papers, and I'd really ideally like to have this on like a PowerPoint with the smart board so they could actually like touch it and like X out everything. So before we get started, we're going to review some vocabulary. So the way all subtraction sentences are set up is there's the number that's in front of the subtraction sign, and that's called our minuend. The minuend is the number that we start off with. So if I have 7 cookies, I'm starting with 7 cookies. The next number after the subtraction symbol is called our subtrahend. That's what we're taking away. So if you have 7 cookies and you have to give me 3, that's the subtrahend. And then after our equal sign is our difference, and that's what we're ending with. So if I have 7 cookies and then I had to give you 3, I'm going to end up with 4. So that's my difference. So ideally this would be on a smart board for like our students to X out, but I don't have a smart board with me. So ideally I would start off and I would say 8 is our minuend, and we're going to take away 2. So this is a takeaway method. So we're going to start off with 8 counters on our smart board, and we're going to scratch out 2 of those counters because our subtrahend is saying we're taking away 2. So then we're left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 that don't have X's on them. So that's going to be our difference. So that's the way to figure out 8 take away 2 is 6. Our next problem we have is 15 minus 6. So I'm going to draw 15 counters. All right, so we have our 15 counters. So we're starting off with 15, and we're going to take away 6. It does not matter where you draw these X's on the counters. I drew them all over. Now to figure out our difference, we're going to count the ones that do not have X's on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 that don't have X's. So that must mean 15 take away 6 equals 9. Next, our next problem is we have 17 minus 9. So we're going to start with 17 counters. So we have 17 counters. So our problem is 7 minus 9. So 7 take away 9. So the way that we are going to do this is make 9 X's on the counters. So now we have our 9, and we're going to count the counters that do not have any X's on them. 6, 7, 8. So our difference for 17 minus 9 is 8, because there's 8 counters that do not have X's. The reason I decided to do this takeaway method is because if I had to use it for RTI or for my students who just aren't understanding it and they just need a little bit of extra help with me personally, this is the easiest strategy that we can have. We also have the comparison method for subtraction, but that's a little bit harder for students to understand. So we're going to do the simple problem. So if our subtraction is 8 minus 2, so we're going to draw 8 counters. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have our 8 counters, and we're going to draw 2 counters. So we're showing our minuend is up top, our subtrahend is up bottom. So now we're going to make them buddies and draw a line to them. So the ones that have buddies, we do not count for our difference. So now we're going to count the rest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's how we get our difference if we were to do the comparison method. But I just think personally the takeaway method's easier because the kids actually see the X's and they realize that we don't count whatever has an X on them. Thank you.